I'm Lucas,
And I'm Russell.
and you're
And
listening.
you're listening to Sad Boy Podcast.
Yeah, sad boy.
Sad Boy Podcast. Three, two, one.
Welcome back to the Sad Boy Podcast.
I think it's about time that we can, kind of talk about WandaVision, because I mean it's been what, like 6 weeks, a month and a half kind of
Like
thing.
2 months now, almost.
Yeah. So maybe we're taking too long to talk about this, because I mean, like, personally, I have seen some podcasts who've already jumped into it right after the series ended, but
We just didn't want to spoil it so soon, just in case, like, give you some time to watch it. But like,
yeah,
if
we
you haven't
were
watched
trying to
it
be
by now,
nice. Yeah, we're trying to be nice about it. But I mean, now we can talk about it.
it's your fault
I
if you haven't
mean,
watched it by now. So,
it's true. It really is. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, like, what do you think of overall? The whole series of WandaVision.
to be honest, I don't remember much from it. It's been so long
It's
since.
been so long since we can't even remember much.
Yeah, I don't even remember much from it. All I remember is like the ending was kind of rushed. So
Yeah,
yeah, like the
yeah,
pacing got kind of inconsistent as the series went on.
yeah,
So
yeah. It
yeah,
did.
that's
I
that's
I
mostly
I
what I remember.
I think, like, my only issue with, like, the finale of WandaVision was more of when the two visions were fighting each other.
Yeah,
Because I was expecting, like, an all-out battle, but then the dude just logicked himself out of the fight,
yeah. The
and I was
guy,
kind of like, wait, what?
the guy just gains self awareness and just eats, just
Yeah,
like dips out. Like where you even going, man?
yeah, like watching it back, like, I guess it kind of makes sense, because I mean, both beings are, like, artificial intelligence, they're robots. Like, I get it, but at the same time, it's like, I was expecting, like, an all-out battle between the two visions, man. Like
Yeah,
super, like, strong characters fighting each other, and then all we
laser
got was
beams.
like, am I really Vision, or am I another Vision?
Am I the true vision or
Mind
Rico's
blown,
vision?
and then he flew out.
Like, dude.
But then that leads to, like, a lot of, like, new questions, right? Because, like, the vision that was created by Wanda basically unlocked the memories of White Vision.
Yeah,
So that means Vision is still alive, which it goes hand in hand with the comics, because in the comics there is a White Vision, but he's basically like an emotionless version.
yeah. He's
So,
like
like, this,
vision, but
yeah,
not vision.
yeah. So, like, despite having all the memories of, Infinity War, Age of Ultron, and all that stuff, he doesn't feel. So it's
Yeah.
like, where are they going to take him in the MCU now? Now, I think Paul Bettany is going to return as the Vision. It's just we don't know which show or movie, or maybe they may even make a. I think, if I remember correctly, I think they said they were going to do, like, a spin-off for him.
It could be like he could appear in the next Doctor Strange movie, or even like the
Possibly,
Sentinel movie or something, or TV show.
yeah, probably, or I think they might be doing, like, a West Coast Avenger too.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah,
know. Yeah, no,
yeah.
we'll have to find out.
But here's the funny thing, right? So at the end of WandaVision, right, we saw her kids get wiped out because they were part of the Hex.
Yeah,
And then at the post-credit trailer, when she was in the cabin, kind of like learning how, like, astral projection, like Doctor Strange, and like how she's, like, trying to read the book, and then suddenly she hears, like, her kids scream, like, "Mom, help!"
yeah,
And then people are starting to wonder, like, oh, like, are they alive? Or where are they gonna, like, appear again? And, like, before I get to the funny part, right? So I think in the MCU right now, I think they're trying to establish that Wanda and her kids are, like, Nexus beings. So what that means is that if you're a Nexus being, it means that you exist in the same form in every single multiverse, kind of thing.
okay,
You're, like, kind of like a bridge and gateway between the different universes, right? So the funny thing is, like, people are questioning whether these two kids are going to appear again, right? And the thing is, these two kids kind of confirmed themselves that they're going to be in the Doctor Strange movie coming up.
how so?
These two kids took a picture on Instagram when they were really close to the filming set of Doctor Strange too.
Oh, okay, okay. You mean
These
like
two
you
kids
mean?
aren't going to be randomly around there for fun. Okay,
Oh,
they're
okay. I
and
thought you meant like in the show. I was like, wait, what?
no, 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 no.
Okay.
They confirmed it because the two actors they took a picture and posted it on Instagram showing that they're like, I think it was like right beside the filming set or whatever of Doctor Strange 2.
Okay.
And then like a bit after they took it back down. So it's kind of like that's even more suspicious. So yeah, now we know like you two are gonna be in the movie too.
Yo, that's like another Tom Holland situation.
Yeah, and the thing I didn't even realize that one of her sons, Wiccan, apparently he's the actor also from The Haunting of Hill House.
I didn't watch that, so
Oh, you didn't? Okay,
no.
so he's like, so for people who watch The Hill House, he's basically like the in the flashbacks, he's like the youngest brother with like the glasses,
Okay, well,
and then he's apparently also in The Conjuring as well.
okay.
So the dude's been doing like all these horror mystical stuff, and it's like, damn, like he's good at this, man.
Oh, okay.
Um, but yeah, I mean, like at the end of WandaVision, I'll say like I was very surprised or amazed at how they gave Wanda a very comic accurate costume.
Yeah, I liked it. It was pretty fire.
Yeah, it was amazing, and you know how like during the I think it was what like episode 5 or 6 or whatever when they revealed Agatha as the quote unquote villain, um,
Yeah.
and then she had like the runes in like her little witch cave or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a kind of cool little thing where Wanda used that to turn the tables back against Agatha.
Yeah.
I think that was kind of interesting because I think they diverted people's attention enough to the point where when she kept shooting her missiles and she was like just hitting the walls, for me I was just thinking like, yo, her aim is getting shittier and shittier because Agatha keeps draining her powers.
Yeah. For me, I thought it was like, is she missing is she missing it on purpose? Is she like,
That was my
giving
second
up?
thought afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, something's off. Like, I don't think Wanda's aim is that bad. Okay, she's not a stormtrooper from Star
Yeah.
Wars.
Well,
Right?
maybe we don't know that. Maybe she is. Who knows? But
Yeah,
like,
but then that's when she realized then like, oh, she was actually making the runes on the walls of the hex, and I'm like, oh damn,
yeah.
bro. And then yeah, and then I think that fight was pretty good. I'm just like not that fond of the Vision fight because I'm still so confused about that. I'm like, why can't you guys just beat each other to a pulp, man? But I mean, it was sad though. I think I did tear up at the end of WandaVision.
When she was in like the cabin scene,
No, not
or
the
like,
cabin scene. It was when she started to like wipe out the hex, and then like her and Vision's like another goodbye.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
just like she loses him all over again.
yeah. But
Pretty
this time
much.
it's like she kind of accepts it.
Yeah, as on her terms instead of like, the situation that made it so before, like during the first time.
Yeah.
And
So that's why it's like with WandaVision, I think as a story about getting over grief and loss, I think they've done an amazing job with it.
mm-hmm.
Like it was amazing to the point where people wanted a season 2, but they already said that it's a limited series, so which makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Spider-Man 3 and Doctor Strange 2 counts as Wanda's trilogy. Because I think they said they're continuing her story through those movies, anyways. Because right now, apparently, another report just came out saying Elizabeth Olsen is actually going to cameo in Spider-Man 2.
Yo, okay, all these like casting calls, news, it's all spoilers. So I don't know
I
why they
know
always report it.
it's at okay. So it's funny because it's at the point where they're saying like at this point it's like who isn't in Spider-Man, and I saw someone go like Uncle Ben, and I'm like that's so dark. No.
Oh no. Okay, maybe Uncle Ben is, and Spider Man. We
Well,
don't know that.
there was some people were saying how like maybe Tobey Maguire could be like an Uncle Ben from like a different universe kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
I,
I think people would rather watch the three Spider-Mans together.
yeah, I always to me, I thought it would be like our version of Uncle Ben in the MCU would be
Toby.
Tony Stark, but alright.
Oh, well, apparently the rumor is that Tony Stark is also going to appear in Spider-Man: No Way Home. but as like
Okay.
a hologram, not like a live version. But
Yeah,
then
I was thinking AI. So
like I think as much as we want RDJ to come back as Tony Stark or Iron Man, I think it would really like just eliminate the effect of him dying at the end. Like
yeah,
I think his death at the end of Endgame, like that has to stick no matter what.
yeah, it has to be established as like
Yeah,
a transition to like
yeah,
a new
yeah.
phase or whatever.
And they can't rely on like Chris Evans and RDJ forever, right?
Yeah,
Like I mean, there's a lot of rumors about them signing on for more Marvel projects, but it's not going to be like live action stuff. But they are still signing contracts with Marvel.
yeah. I'll think of it as like cameos or whatever, small stuff,
Yeah,
not
like
supporting roles.
I think recently they said Chris Evans signed on for another Marvel project, but I think it's for the What If cartoon series.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna watch that and then I forgot about watching it.
Oh, it's not even
Um,
out yet. I don't even know when it's coming
oh
out.
wait, no, I was thinking of the. Okay, never mind. I got mixed up with the other Marvel thing on Disney Plus.
Oh,
So
yeah,
never mind.
yeah.
Well, it's fine. The What If series is fine as well, I guess.
They're gonna be interesting. I think it's like what if Chris Evans became Spider Man? What if T'Challa became Star Lord instead?
That's
What
interesting.
if Peggy became Captain America? Like it's gonna be interesting. There's also zombie Captain America or whatever in the What If series, but you know.
Yeah. Okay, I
But I
was
mean, like,
thinking
yeah.
Legends, not What If. Okay, never mind.
Oh no,
Yeah,
no,
go
no, no,
on.
no. Yeah. But speaking of Captain America, I think that's where we come to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which I mean, me and Lucas had a debate about this like before we started whether we should talk about it, but I think we're still gonna talk about it,
Yeah,
even
fine.
because the thing is like even though some people may not have watched it, I think a lot of people have seen the news that Captain America 4 is actually happening.
Hmm.
So because of that, I think it kind of gives a sense of what happens in the series. Um, because I think when they first announced the series, I think they were pretty obvious about how like this season of the show is basically about the Falcon becoming Captain America.
Yeah, they already hinted it at the end of
I,
Endgame.
yeah, even that, right? So it's
Yeah.
kind of like I think people already kind of know, but it's
Hmm.
just like we'll try our best not to spoil the. Actually, no, I think we will actually end up being spoiling it. So, spoiler alert.
All right. Well, is it really a spoiler because the whole series is development for it? Well, yeah, whatever. Spoiler alert.
I mean, like the way they made it, it's a very generic cliche buddy cop movie.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are complaining about how there was like a villain issue, but at the same time, it's like the story isn't about good guy versus bad guy. It's more of the evolution or transition of a character into a taking up the Captain America mantle kind of thing.
Yeah. The
The
villain
villains were just
is.
there.
Yeah. It just so happens there are villains like every superhero movie or series or
Yeah,
TV show.
it's just that they're not the focus. It's kind of like
Yeah.
in Captain America: Civil War. It's like the the issue was more about the Sokovia Accords and all that stuff, but Zemo was just there,
Yeah.
kind of thing, right? Like they're just like a smaller part aspect of the show, but they're still there to push the story forward,
Hmm.
right? So I don't know. People were complaining about, oh yeah, like there's like two villains or whatever, like it doesn't work or whatever, and it's like, yeah, it's you know,
Yeah.
um, but
The
I
villains are
guess
just there to establish something, whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
for these Marvel smaller stuff, I would say so.
Yeah.
Because yeah, but I mean, like, what do you think of the series overall?
Um. Okay. Same as like WandaVision. I think the pacing could have been better.
Yeah,
Like it's super inconsistent. Um. And so we know who. Okay, this is all. Well, since this whole episode is pretty much spoiler alert, so like we're introduced John Walker as a new Captain America, right? Or
yeah,
in the
which everyone knew
beginning,
from the trailer.
yeah. Everyone. Well, if anyone watches the trailer, yeah.
Yeah,
Um, so they set him down to this dark path, and then they redeem him like very quickly. So why couldn't you just send him down to this dark path like already instead of just redeeming him like the next episode?
Yeah,
That's my issue
basically.
for it.
So here's the context, okay? So like Lucas said, right? Like John Walker was introduced as Captain America because apparently he was like an amazing soldier for the US, like, he's like top of the top, right? Which is
Yeah.
cool. And he's always trying to take on the mantle of Captain America, which I understand he's under a lot of pressure, right? Because that's a really big shoe to fill,
Mm-hmm.
right? But he gets corrupted by his own um
His own sense of justice, I guess.
yeah, in a way, like in the show, like, he takes the super soldier serum, right? And the thing
Mm-hmm.
about the super soldier serum is that it doesn't just enhance your physical features, it also enhances the mindset that you have.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like for Steve Rogers, he was such a goody two shoe that he became like a goody three shoe, right? Like he just
No,
he
I
just kept
say it's four shoes.
oh four shoe, okay,
Just
goody
double
four
it.
shoe. But then you have John Walker, who, like, because he's so desperate to like live up to this mantle, he starts becoming corrupt. So it got to the point where in one episode he actually used the shield to kill someone.
Yeah, Steve Rogers wouldn't.
Yeah, so there was a lot of cinematic similarities where in Civil War, Captain America would take the shield and he was like trying to like smash down onto like Iron Man's suit,
Mm-hmm.
and instead of smashing the shield onto Iron Man's face, he smashed it into the arc reactor, shutting down his suit, right?
Yeah.
But then you have John Walker, who used the shield doing the exact same motion, but he was using it to kill someone. So, from the cinematic standpoint, they ended that episode with like the blood splattered on the Captain America shield, which I think was really nicely done. Um, but then the stupid part is like the next episode, he literally just became a good guy again.
Well,
It's
like
like,
the episode after, because the next episode just builds him into like,
oh yeah, they make it seem like he's more and more of a villain.
yeah.
And then the last episode is like, nah, I'm kidding. I'm just a good guy, man. Don't worry about it.
Like why? Like you build him up to his peak as becoming a villain,
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden it's just like, nah, whatever. We're
yeah.
backstepping.
Like to be honest, like watching it happen, I was actually expecting like the final showdown to be like John Walker versus Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
I thought that was gonna be the final showdown, but
Yeah.
in the context of it, it was like there was a truck about to fall off with like some like government people, and John Walker had the chance to either save the truck or go after the I guess the bad person. And you thought he was gonna go after the bad person to kill him or
Yeah,
kill her,
I did.
the flag smasher.
Yeah.
And then he literally just dropped the shield, and then he just went to pull the truck back on. You're just like, I thought he was gonna become a villain. What? But then if you look in the comics, his character, he becomes the U.S. agent, but apparently he wasn't really necessarily a villain. He's more of an anti-hero.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was like, oh, okay, it kind of makes sense. But at the same time, the way they did it in the show is kind of like you were literally building him up to be something like bad, like a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then you literally just reversed it last minute. And it's like, then what was the point of all those previous episodes then?
Like, well, yeah, why are they misdirecting us so much?
Yeah. I was like, what? I was like so confused. I mean, like, the actor for John Walker, like, I think he played the role pretty well, though.
Yeah,
I think that was more of a scripting issue where they shouldn't have like reversed it that fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he did it. Apparently, he even asked for Chris Evans' Captain America suit.
Oh.
Yeah, like in real life, like he asked for it too.
Oh. Like nah, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, this is Chris Evans. he
But
took
then,
it
like,
home with him.
Like the cameo though, it was funny because I think me and you were even talking about how like the cameo could be like a Daredevil character or it could be like someone else, and then they revealed it to be someone else. I don't even remember her full name, but it's like she's called Valentina, which in the comics she was a Shield agent at one point, but she is best known as Madame Hydra. Yeah. So when I realized this, I was kind of like, hey, you know what, like, there's already rumors that the Thunderbolts are gonna show up, or there's rumors about the Dark Avengers. So possibly Madame Hydra might be like the Nick Fury of the Dark Avengers.
Yeah, that's like the similarities of it in the comics, right?
Yeah. Because especially like even with Zemo too, like he's part of the Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
right? And there's already word that the Green Goblin might be appearing in Spider-Man: No Way Home, and then there's also the Sinister Six that is probably appearing in that movie too.
Yeah, I thought, to be honest, I thought the cameo would be like a bit more mind blowing, because when she appears,
Yeah,
like who is she? I don't. It's not mind blowing to me. I don't know who you are.
yeah. Until you actually Google it, because like
Yeah,
when she appeared, I was like, that name seems familiar, but I couldn't remember who it was, and that's when I had to Google it, and then I was like, oh my god, they're bringing in Madame Hydra.
yeah. Okay, when she was introduced, I thought she was in fact the power broker, instead
Yeah,
of instead of just like everything hinting it towards Sharon Carter.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
which
that's the thing. That's another thing about the power broker, man. I literally
yeah,
remember reading an article that said that there was another actor that they basically hired, that was gonna play the power broker or something, right?
misdirection.
Maybe it was a misdirection, but like, I mean, like a lot of signs were pointing to Sharon Carter as
Yeah,
being the power broker, which is fine because I mean, the power broker is just a title, can be applied to anyone. It's just I didn't expect Sharon Carter herself to be it because her aunt was fucking Peggy Carter.
yeah.
It's like, what is going on?
Well, on Screen Crush on YouTube, they have like a theory that Sharon Carter was always the power broker. Like even, I guess, even during Winter Soldier or before Winter Soldier.
Possibly.
Yeah, we don't know that for sure. It's just a
Yeah, we
possibility.
don't know. Yeah,
Um,
but I mean, it does make sense that she became the power broker after the whole Civil War shit that happened.
yeah,
Because she did steal the shield and like Falcon's suit back and everything. So I do see why she had to run away
hmm
and
and
make a living in Madripoor.
yeah, and even if she wasn't always the power broker in the first place, I kind of wish there was more development into how she became the power broker.
Yeah.
Like it happened out of nowhere, kind of.
See, the thing with that, that's why sometimes it's like when you look at series like WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it's kind of like, because it's, I mean, yes, in terms of like, the time, or the, I guess, the overall time of the whole series. So for example, like, I think they're both like e- equal to like 6 hours of viewing time.
Yeah,
Like, and although like it's nice like that, um, they're still using it to kind of build the future of the MCU. So like, I will criticize them when they completely forget about Sharon Carter in the next 10 years. Then I'll be like, what happened to her? But again, I think it's also hard for them to forget about her, because the fact that the series introduced Madripoor is already a very big thing, because Madripoor is apparently one of the locations that the mutants and X-Men have lived on. So
okay.
with that being said, like, it's a pretty big hint towards X-Men already. And
Yeah.
apparently, in the shipping containers, apparently there's a website like Visit Madripoor that Marvel created, and apparently some of the code names for the shipping containers was actually like mutant names. So like, one of them was actually Mystique.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think they're slowly pushing for mutants to come out. I think they're just doing it in a way where like they're just gonna cameo in like multiple films kind of thing, until time comes, and then the X-Men movie comes out.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's gonna take time.
yeah. I guess they couldn't really just put fill it all up into like 6 hours. So
Nah,
I guess it's just building up for. Well, it is just building up for like future series as well, like
yeah,
within WandaVision.
because I think what they did really well with was giving the backstory to Falcon,
Yeah,
like
that
his
was the main focus
family and
on
all
it.
that stuff. Yeah, and how Bucky was slowly trying to get over his life as the Winter Soldier.
Hmm
And I think a lot of people complained about how like whenever Bucky got into a fight, he'd get his ass whooped, and then they're like, "Dude, he's the Winter Soldier." But then some people are like, "No, there's a reason why he's holding back, because he knows how easily it is to kill someone.
Yep.
So he has to hold back, or else Bucky will kill them."
Yeah, it's also part of like his psychiatrist or therapist. This is like rule two: don't
No
hurt
violence.
anyone
Yeah,
or whatever, no violence. So he has no choice
yeah,
but to hold back.
yeah. Because it's like, yo, like if dude wants to kill you, I'm pretty sure he can't kill you. He still
Yeah.
has the technique and skills of the Winter Soldier.
Like if anything, he will just incapacitate you.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's about it.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's another thing about this show. Um, They butchered Zemo's backstory, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, because in Civil War they described Zemo as like a military person and like they lived in Sokovia. They made it seem like his family lived in poverty in Sokovia.
Yeah.
And then suddenly in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, he's like, I'm
He's
a
like
baron, I'm rich.
he's
And it's like,
royalty.
wait, what? I was like, what?
Yeah, because his dad lived outside Sokovia, and like they made it sound like he lived in, or his father lived in like a farm or something,
No, I thought they all lived in Sokovia because like he said
or like
what
outside of the
af-
city. I mean,
oh,
yeah,
but they were still in the country.
yeah,
I don't know. Like it
I
was so
don't know.
confusing. Like some people were starting to like question it because like they kind of changed his backstory a little bit,
Hmm.
or maybe they just didn't give it information. I'm not 100% sure, but people were complaining about that. But at the same time, kind of like, eh. I mean, this is slowly starting to fit as the comic accurate version of Baron Zemo.
Yeah. Well, I also think it was just another issue of Age of Ultron, anyways.
Oh yeah,
Or
Age of
well,
Ultron has a lot of issues.
yeah,
That's the stupid part about Marvel. Like the worst Avenger movie or one of the worst is Age of Ultron, but yet the content of that movie has been so important to all these future projects.
it's like the gateway to whatever. I think it was like Phase 4. Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
gateway movie to Phase 4, but like it's just not that great.
it wasn't a good movie at all. I mean, it's not as bad as we thought back then because of all the connections that we're making, but at the same time, it's like for example, WandaVision, you had to have had watched Age of Ultron from the beginning
Hmm.
to Civil War to Infinity War and all that stuff, and then you get Wanda's backstory,
Yeah,
right? And then even now, it's like everything from like Tony Stark, like it's still impacting the universe.
yeah,
So it's crazy. And when I was talking about comic accurate costumes, even Falcon's Captain America costume was really nice.
I liked it.
I was like,
It was actually so
damn.
sick.
The thing is, though, I think it's Anthony Mackie's body that makes the costume look a bit weird, but that's about it. Because he looks like he's buff, but for some reason, like when he was wearing it, he looked very stiff walking around in it.
Yeah,
I don't know why. Like maybe it was just me. I'm not 100% sure, but like he looked a bit stiff.
is it felt like he was trying to do a posture that
I think
makes him
so too.
that
I
makes
think
him
so
like fit the
too.
role, but he has to like walk very awkwardly or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. I
Maybe
think
the
that
pants were
was it.
tight. I don't know.
I don't know, but that was my only issue with the costume. But other than that, like I think the costume was like it was spot on with the comics. Like it was really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think do you remember the scene when like he was trying to I guess save that helicopter?
Yes.
And then he held the shield and then he like did a barrel roll in the sky and then whipped the shield to hit the guy out of the helicopter or
Hmm.
something. Or no, he whipped the shield at the door to break it open so that he could swoop into the helicopter and pull the guy out so the other lady could get into the driver's seat.
Yeah.
I was like, that was a pretty sick move.
Yeah.
He literally just like flung that shield at the helicopter and he's like, you're ready for an ass whooping, boy.
Yeah.
And like I really enjoyed the series, and I think I don't know if this is if they're trying to I guess create these scenes for like the social justice stuff, but like at the end when he started talking about how like people like probably half of America are gonna hate that a black man is in a Captain America suit.
Hmm.
It's like I see the relevance of that to like today's world because I think if we had something like this and a black man did become a Captain America, I think people would flip shit in America for some reason.
Yeah.
Um, but at the same time, I feel like they did it well enough to the point where it wasn't like they're slapping it in our face with all the social justice stuff.
Yeah. It was a good speech.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah, it was a good speech, and it's also because like he wasn't just focused on talking about like black people versus white people. Like he's basically saying like the power struggles between both people.
Yeah.
Like the rich and powerful are also learning how to struggle like those who are not rich and powerful. So
Yeah.
that now everyone has something in common, and that we should all be working towards something better together.
Yeah. It was pretty much just speaking out of what like most people are thinking, but aren't getting their voices heard or
Yeah,
whatever to politicians. Because
yeah.
I think even politicians will watch these shows.
Of course, I think everyone
Yeah,
will.
they're humans, so
Of
yeah,
course.
yeah,
But I think like it also I think it really fits Sam Wilson's character because we were introduced to him when he was helping soldiers who've returned from the tours to kind
yeah,
of cope with everything, return back to society, right? Like he helped people like that. So for him to give a speech like this, it really was fitting to his character.
yeah. It was his role to fill,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in these kind of situations.
And I think Captain America Steve Rogers kind of knew that Sam Wilson would do, I would say, an even better job at it,
Like
even
as a
without
Captain
the super.
America.
Yeah, even
Yeah,
without the super soldier serum. Like I think it's it's Sam Wilson's mindset, right? Like because he's already willing to help people like this and to kind of bridge this gap between the gaps between society and everything. Like I think he would be the best Captain America.
yeah. Even I liked how even like Bucky also told Sam that like even explained to Sam that him and Steve would not have imagined the Black Captain America, and he apologized for it
Yeah.
because they didn't really have that open mind back in, I guess, 1940s or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
If there was something like that happening right now, he'd be canceled.
yeah.
Canceled for his 1940s thinking.
Oh
Horrible.
right, yeah. Oh, no,
But yeah, like
there can't be a Black Captain America. What is this? Has to be blonde eyes, blue hair. I mean, sorry,
yeah.
blonde eyes. No, blonde hair, blue eyes. Nah, nah, no. It's just like it's good to see progress.
Yeah. And that's why we said like right after the finale happened, um Marvel immediately announced that Captain America 4 is actually in the works right now, starring Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan.
Yeah,
So that, I guess that counts as season 2 of Captain America and the Winter Soldier, right? At the end, they changed it. It's not even Falcon and the Winter Soldier anymore. It's Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
to be
Which
honest,
I,
I wish it was like, I wish they stick to it being like Captain Falcon, but that's like
nah,
that's a
they gotta
that's
stick
a
with the
patent
Captain
issue.
America mantle.
No,
That's why like I'm confused now because technically in Doctor Strange 2, there's a new character called America Chavez.
okay.
Um, she technically had the mantle of Captain America, I think. I
Um,
think because she, if I remember correctly, I think she's like super strong as well.
well, it could also build up to like if Sam gives up being Captain America, she will become another Captain America. It's a bit of possibilities.
Possibly, because I'm trying to look. Oh, she's Miss America.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. I mean, like it's fine. Like I think right now, I mean, it's pretty obvious they are leaning towards a Young Avengers series, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, and also recently they actually announced that certain Netflix characters for Marvel, they're actually being brought into the MCU.
The character, well, the actors too, or are they
Yeah, with
recasting?
the actors, like with the
Okay.
actors. So what's happening is Charlie Cox is coming back as Daredevil. Um, Jessica Jones was a Christine Ritter or something. Like
Mm-hmm.
she's coming back as Jessica Jones. The guy who played Kingpin, Vincent Donofrio or whatever. Probably butchering his last name because I actually never really said his last name before. I look at the word and that's it. Um, but he apparently is coming back for to be Kingpin.
Mm-hmm.
They're only recasting Luke Cage and Iron Fist, apparently.
Okay.
Oh, John Bernthal is coming back as Punisher.
Okay, that's thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They're bringing all of them back. It's just that the story might be different, which basically deletes the Netflix stories in a way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's fine.
they're bringing them back
It's
because I mean,
fine.
like right now the rumor is like Jessica Jones is gonna appear in the She-Hulk series. Um, Kingpin is gonna appear in an Hawkeye spin-off series because they're introducing a character called Echo who's like deaf or something. So apparently Kingpin might be introduced there. Daredevil apparently already wrapped filming with Spider-Man: No Way Home. Um, Punisher, I think they'll find a way to bring Punisher and everyone else back in.
Well, we'll just have to see when it's released.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be crazy. I think they'll keep everything quiet for a long time. I mean, the dude that plays Doctor Octopus from Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, he did an interview and he's like, "I'm like the worst at keeping secrets. Like I'm known for this in Hollywood." He's like, "Yeah, when we showed it to Spider-Man: No Way Home, they told us we can't talk about it. But yeah, I'm in the movie." He's like,
Oh
"Yeah,
no!
the director said no one dies in this series in this universe, so don't worry, I'm back."
Oh no!
But they told me not to talk about it.
Oh no!
I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's cool."
He just talked about it. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Like recently, like Marvel's had a lot of casting stuff. They actually even casted Daenerys from Game of Thrones into the Secret Invasion TV series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then Russell Crowe apparently said that he's actually playing Zeus in the new Thor movie.
Yeah, I saw an article on that as well.
Yeah, and then
So
Christian Bale is bald and shit for what was it? I don't even freaking remember the villain's name. Was it Grog? Gru? It starts with a G. I don't remember.
you know what? I'm just gonna say Groot, even though it's not Groot, but whatever, it's gonna be Groot.
Gru.
It's not Groot.
Gru.
Groot 2.
But yeah, like I think right now there's just a huge amount of Marvel news. So,
Yeah.
and then
It,
pretty sure there's gonna be more to come. I mean,
it,
oh, there's also the Shang-Chi movie,
oh yeah, I forgot
the
about it.
trailer.
I kind of forgot about it. It kind of felt like I don't
It's
know.
gonna be something that's forgettable,
Yeah, it kind of
unfortunately to
feels
say.
like a stereotypical kung fu movie,
Yeah,
even though it might be good. I don't know, but we'll just have to see when we watch it. But like
yeah.
the trailer is just I don't know.
It's not anything special.
Yeah, I don't feel an impact from the trailer, but like I'm more excited that Tony Leung is in it. That's
And
why I'm more excited.
Fala Chen.
Oh yeah, Fala Chen. More to me personally, it's Tony Leung, but like yeah, Fala Chen as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because like with the trailer, right? Like I actually had a talk with Anthony about it, and we were basically saying like, no hate to Simu Liu, but for us, like we think that there's so many other actors that they could have chose from to be Shang-Chi.
mm-hmm.
We don't think Simu's like the best candidate to be Shang-Chi. Like the fact that they chose Tony Leung, right? Like someone from Hong Kong to do it, they could have also easily looked at actors from Hong Kong to play something like Shang-Chi,
Yeah.
right? Like we're not too fond of Simu being Shang-Chi. Oh man, this sounds like we just hate Simu Liu.
I don't hate Simu Liu,
I
but
don't
like
hate him either. Like I just think like in terms of casting, right? Like he doesn't have that Shang-Chi feel to me.
no, he doesn't.
Maybe it's because of his time in Kim's Convenience to the point where people just think he looks like Jung. I don't know.
Jung
It-
of the
it- it-
Jung of
that
the convenience store.
yeah, like the mindset is there, right?
Yeah.
It's like seeing like RDJ trying to play another role and all you see is Tony Stark, right? Like it's kind of that thinking. So it's like I don't think Simu will be able to do well as Shang-Chi, not because he's a bad actor. It's just his image just doesn't fit it.
No, it doesn't. I for like a better Shang-Chi casting, I feel like they could have just picked Danny Chan.
Yeah,
The Bruce Lee lookalike in Ip
yeah,
Man and other movies.
yeah.
But I feel like it'll fit him, but he probably isn't really fluent in English anyways. But I feel
Which
like
is fine,
yeah, that's
right?
fine.
Like I mean I'm not too familiar with Shang-Chi, but
Yeah.
like you said earlier, like the movie just feels like a generic Asian kung fu movie to the point where it's like, I mean, Asians aren't only known for kung fu kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's fine. Like Shang-Chi's a martial arts master, which I get, but the thing that's like the way that the movie plays out is just like in every other generic kung fu movie,
Yeah.
right? Like dude maybe grew up, he's like special, he's good at martial arts, but then he went to live in America, and then all of a sudden something happens and he gets pulled back in,
Pretty
and
much.
this is your destiny to fulfill, and it's like, this is literally the same plot as every other freaking Asian
I know, right?
center show. Like I think there was what was it there was a Netflix show with or Netflix movie with an Asian cast. I think it was called A Warrior or something.
I have no idea.
I don't know. There was one where like an Asian dude spirit or his ancestor possesses his body and he becomes like a kung fu master or whatever. Like the plot lines are so similar to the point where like there's nothing special about the Shang-Chi movie.
Yeah.
Despite how much everyone wants to talk about Asian representation, like at this point it's not even about Asian representation, it's more from a creative standpoint. There
Mhm.
is nothing special about this movie.
No. But
Right?
well,
Like
we'll see. We'll see when it comes up.
yeah. Like I mean like this is just our preliminary I guess feelings towards it. I mean, this is just the first, quote unquote teaser trailer.
Hmm.
Maybe we'll see more, but like for me personally, like despite having my criticisms of the movie, I'm more interested to see how they can fit Shang-Chi into the MCU and interact with all the other characters.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Aquafina's in it, which I kind of like as well.
I like Aquafina. Like I think I mean, I never watched The Farewell yet, but I've heard a lot of good things. But it's just at the same time, it's also like I'm not sure if Aquafina fits in this sort of movie either. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like there's so many characters that they've casted, and it's like from what I've seen in the trailer, it's like I don't know if they fit in this type of movie.
No, I feel like it's just clout that had them casted
Yeah,
like this, but
because I think when they do like an Asian movie here in Hollywood, I think what they're doing is they're trying their best to look for Asian actors within Hollywood first before they branch out.
which is fine.
Yeah, which is fine, but it's just
It's
like
fine.
it's almost like TVB dramas. Like there's only just a handful, and you can't constantly select those few.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, like I think the only reason they chose Simu Liu, I think, is because like he kind of tweeted Marvel the moment they announced the Shang-Chi movie, and he's like, "Hey, you want to talk?"
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I
Personally,
guess.
I'm not a fan of what he did there, but like I said,
Whatever.
I still think there's a lot of Asian actors out there who uh, fit better into the Shang-Chi role
Yeah.
than Simu, right? But no hate to Simu. I think I don't think he's a bad actor.
No.
Yeah.
I
So
I thought they'll also bring in like Donnie Yen into Shang-Chi as well. If they haven't already, maybe that's a secret. So
oh yeah, that's true.
since he's
Nah, I think in
already
real
kind
life,
of
in real
yeah,
life, I think Donnie Yen would whoop Simu's
yeah,
ass.
he would, but like he already kind of has like a history of Disney. So
Oh yeah, that's true. Like with
yeah,
Star Wars and all that
yeah, Star
stuff.
Wars and I guess Mulan as well, but
Yeah,
whatever.
but I think it's also like I think Donnie is. I think it's also because he's getting a bit older.
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe.
I'm
Who
not too
knows?
sure. But
Maybe
would be
maybe he is in it.
interesting. Maybe it's a
We don't
secret
know.
character.
We don't know.
Yeah, because I mean, there's really not much news about Shang-Chi. Like I
No.
think they're keeping it solely on just like an Asian movie.
Yep.
But at the same time, like I said, I don't think there's anything special about it at this
Yep.
point.
Well,
You
I'll
got to
still
see
watch
more.
it. I'll still watch it.
Yeah, I'll still watch it because I know the way the MCU works is that they're gonna put stuff in this movie that's gonna affect the future of
Yeah.
the universe, right? So I'll still watch it, but I just won't like. I don't know, like just from looking at it, I feel like I'm gonna give it like a 3 out of 5
Okay.
because I
Just from the
really don't.
trailer. All right.
Yeah, because it I don't know, it made me cringe a little bit,
Yeah.
right? Like especially the way that the trailer was cut, like the lines the Simu said, like it's I don't know.
Yeah. Well, apparently Tony Leung's voice was dubbed.
Oh, was
That's
it?
why I don't know. That's what people were saying. I don't
Hey, maybe
think
he
so.
improved
Maybe
his
it is him.
English.
Yeah, maybe he improved in his English,
Yeah,
but we don't know that.
yeah.
I also
I mean,
like how in
yeah,
the karaoke scene in that trailer they were saying Tonghua.
yeah. That's why I
Apparently,
kind of cringe because it's almost as if like to try to fit as many Asians was like stereotypes or like all that stuff in or references as much as they could.
they looked at Asian Southern Asian traits once, pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. which that's why I kind of cringe, right? Like I know you guys are trying to do an Asian movie for Asian representation, but it doesn't mean you guys are gonna have to fit every like single reference that we've had. Like
Yeah.
that seems a bit forcing it at this point.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, I 100%. I don't know how I feel about this film so far, but like I said, because it's still like first trailer, there's probably a lot more stuff that they're gonna show, and like I said, it'll be interesting to see how they connect with everything else.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah. I'm actually more looking forward to the trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yo, same.
Yeah, I'm actually waiting for this because there's so many people being part of this cast list that I think they're gonna lose track soon.
They like revealed so much, or like they said so much that we don't even know what's going on.
Or maybe this is on purpose.
It's misdirection.
Right? It's like Tom Holland coming out and saying, "Oh yeah, like Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield. I've never seen them before. They're not in this movie." And then next second, you have Andrew Garfield's stunt double from Amazing Spider-Man taking pictures that he's on the set of Spider-Man No Way Home. This just is it's so confusing, but I think it's like a huge like anticipation to see what's gonna happen with the MCU at this point. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Right.
Well, I guess that's the Marvel episode that
thanks
that just randomly appeared today.
Thanks for listening.
This week. Yes, thanks for
enjoy
listening.
the spoilers.
I'll make sure it's a spoiler heavy episode.
If you haven't watched it, that's on you to get spoiled, so it's not our fault.
Yeah. So suck it.
Yeah, like WandaVision's been out for 2 months now.
Yeah,
Falcon and Winter
Captain America. I almost said Captain Falcon again.
Captain Falcon's been out for like a while.
Falcon
now.
America Soldier.
I'm losing my train of thought. Stop.
All right, goodbye, guys.
I really wish they said it was Captain Falcon, but whatever. All right, have a good night. Thanks for listening to the Sad Boy Podcast.
Please remember to subscribe to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and have a nice day, I guess.
Yeah, stay sad or happy.
Sad? Happy.
Sad?
Sad
Happy?
Boy.
Sad Boy Podcast.
Sad Boy Podcast. Good night.